Hello everyone, continuing with the lectures on CAD/CAM series. Today we will be discussing Introduction to Curves. This is our second unit in which we have studied various topics till now, such as what is geometrical transformation, what are various geometrical transformations, and in the previous lecture we have studied properties of the curve and a basic introduction to curve. So today we will be discussing in details about the curves. So we will be discussing curves and various types of curve. So I'll be taking types of simple curves, in which we will be discussing what is curve, then what are analytical curves and synthetic curves, which are two different types of curves used in various geometrical modelings. Then in analytical curve we will be discussing what are explicit curve and what are implicit curve. Many of us get confused with explicit and implicit functions of the curve modeling, so we will be discussing them in details. Then in synthetic curve we will be taking interpolation and approximation techniques. These both we have discussed in the previous lecture also in properties of curve, but we will be taking the same in this lecture also. So let's start with curve. Also, one thing very important, that both analytical and synthetic curves, or we can say the curves, are basically broadly divided into parametric curves and non-parametric curves. So this also we will be taking in details, the difference between the parametric curve and non-parametric curve. So let's start. First of all, introduction. What is a curve? A curve is a continuous and smooth flowing line without any sharp turns. Very important. One way to recognize a curve is that it bends and changes its direction at least once. So this is the very basic definition of the curve. So let's start with analytical and synthetic curve. What is analytical curve, or we can say analytic curves? Analytic curves are defined as those that can be described by analytical equations. Analytical equations are the equations that can be defined and derived. So these equations are such as equation of lines, circles, ellipse, parabola, etc. So it is known as analytical curves. These basic entities can be combined with various end conditions so as to generate the overall curve design. As a one particular design consists of several different kinds of curves, so analytical curves are the predefined curves that gives the equation. So when we combine different types of curves together, they forms the overall design. Next is synthetic curves. Are the one that are described by a set of data points, say control points. What is control points? We have already discussed in our previous lecture. It is completed using geometrical input parameters like points, tangents, etc. These parameters are processed to generate curves. There are various examples of it, such as Bezier curve, B-spline curve, Hermite curve, etc. These all will be discussed in details also in the upcoming lectures. Now again, what is analytic curve? Analytic curve has predefined equations. As I already said, analytic curve has predefined equations. It is either in implicit form or explicit. So in mathematics, what is an implicit curve? An implicit curve is a plane curve defined by an implicit equation. What is implicit equation? That is relating to two coordinate variables, commonly x and y. This can be in 3D also, but for example, the unit circle is defined by the implicit equation x square plus y square equals to 1. So in general, every implicit curve is defined by an equation of the form function x comma y equals to 0. So this kind of function defines our implicit curves. And another is the explicit curve. But implicit means that the equation is not expressed as a solution for either x in terms of y or vice versa. This is done in explicit form. But in explicit representation, as we can see, as the graph of the function is usually described by an equation y equals to fx and z equals to gx, in which the functional form is explicitly stated. So this is called explicit representation. What does it mean? It means that y and z are represented in terms of x. So both are the predefined equations, but one has the form, the function x comma y equals to 0, whereas which is known as the implicit equation, whereas other here the different variables depends on one of the independent variable that comes under implicit representation. Again, I would like to repeat that before studying any lecture, you must have your pen and notebook along, so that you can make the effective notes, because these are some of the very important topic and we won't be repeating the same lines again and again. Like if you have made the predefined notes, so what are control points, what are different properties, so these things I am pre-assuming that you have gone through the previous lectures, then you are attending the next lecture. So it is compulsory to attend all the lectures in series for the better understanding. So we are done with what is implicit curve and explicit curve in analytic curves. Now one thing very important that we should remember, few points, like any plane curve can be represented in Cartesian coordinates x and y by any of the three methods. There are three methods in general which can be used to represent any analytical, or we can say Cartesian coordinates based plane curves. These are, like, first is the implicit equation that is just discussed, second is the explicit representation, and the third is the most important, the third essential description of the curve is the parametric one. This we will be discussing in details also, but just for the sake of having some important notes, we will study parametric one. This is the third form of representing the equation, where the x and y coordinates of the curve points are represented by two functions xu and yu, both of whose functional forms are explicitly stated and which are dependent on common parameter u. This u is a incremental common parameter which defines all the coordinate functions. So these are the three different ways. Now again we are done with what is curve, what are analytical curve, what are synthetic curves, explicit function, implicit function. So now let's focus on the synthetic curves. So what is a synthetic curve? A synthetic curve is described by defining few control points along with additional geometric definitions like tangent curves, etc. That means when any smooth curve is defined by the number of data points, or say control points, along with certain arcs, tangents, that is a predefined geometries, it is known as synthetic curves. These are very important curves when it comes to smoothness and freehand drawings. So these curves can be generated using point data in two ways. One is interpolation curve and another is approximation curve. These interpolation curve and approximation curves are already discussed in previous lecture, but let's take it again very fast. This is explained in properties of curve, that was our previous lecture. So but let's see it again. Interpolation and approximation splines. To generate the spline curve, we need to specify coordinates of a set of points called control points. This line was very important before the previous line. So these points will define the shape of the spline curve. That is, to generate the spline curve, we need to specify coordinates of a set of points called control points. These points will define the shape of the spline curve. Very important. So now let's first know what is spline curve. In computer graphics, a spline is a curve that connects two or more specific points, or that is defined by two or more points. Spline curve is basically the well-defined curve which has a we can say a defined equation that is used for modeling. That means we know the parameters and properties of that curve is known as spline curve. So interpolation spline is when the polynomial spline curve sections are fitted such that it passes through all the control points. It is known as interpolation spline. So interpolation splines are when we have set of control points and our curve passes through all the control points. Like for example, suppose we have a few control points that are marked as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and there is an equation that defines the curve, and the curve passes through all the control points. It is known as interpolation. Now interpolation splines is when the polynomial spline curve sections are fitted such that it passes through all the control points. It is known as interpolation spline. But if the curve is traced without necessarily passing through all the specified control points, it is known as approximation spline. What I mean to say is, suppose we have the set of control points as discussed, but our curve is defined by the equation which is not passing through all the control points. As you can say here, the curve is not passing through this 2, not passing through 4, not passing through 5, and also not passing through 6. I marked them with different color also. So this kind of spline curve, which comes under the category of synthetic curve, is an approximation spline. So but we can say the applications also, this was already been taught in the properties of curve. Applications of interpolation splines can be seen in animation path, whereas the application of approximation spline can be seen in structural object surfaces. Now very fast, again coming to types of simple curves, we have done with curve, analytical curve, synthetic curve, explicit, implicit. Take these two very seriously and try to make the effective difference between the two. Then we are done with interpolation and approximation. But all these types of curve are broadly categorized into two main curve categories, that is parametric and non-parametric. Now let's see these two, that is parametric and non-parametric, in detail. I'll be taking directly the difference between the parametric and non-parametric, so that will cover all the points related to these two curves. So let's take them one by one. So difference between non-parametric and parametric curves. First I'll make the sections non-parametric and parametric. First, in non-parametric, it is defined as the standard mathematical analytical equations where coordinates are dependent upon each other in implicit or explicit form. So basically non-parametric forms are mostly defined as, we can say, the analytical form of the curve in general, whereas in parametric it is defined by a parametric equation in terms of single parameter. Thus coordinates are defined independently with parameters u or sometimes t along the curve, which is very important. So here a single parameter is used in the incremental form that defines our curve. Example, a line is defined by y equals to mx plus c. Here x and y coordinates are obtained by assuming x and finding y, whereas in parametric the curve is defined as x equals to, say, function of u, and y equals to function of u, z equals to, say, function of hu. Here x, y, z coordinates are obtained by value u along the curve. So this is something very important, that here a single parameter is used in the parametric form. The position vector of this kind of curve is represented as p equals to function of x, y, z, where function f can be the independent variable x, comma dependent variable L as a function of x and dependent variable m as a function of x, which are another implicit or explicit forms of the analytical curve. The position vector of parametric curve is represented by p function of, say, lu, mu, or you can say nu, where u is the single incremental parameter. I will show you this with the help of the example also. It generates axis in non-parametric, it generates axis dependent curves, that is change of the coordinate values, very important, may not form a linear relationship, especially for higher order curves. Whereas in parametric this generates an axis dependent curve because the parameter u vary along with the curve to define values of the coordinates. For example, For a quadratic curve as shown, a uniform value change in the independent coordinate x coordinate does not produce equivalent change in dependent variable y. Here say x is the independent variable, y is the dependent variable. The change in x is say constant delta x, delta x, delta x, delta x. This here, yes, and change in y is say delta y1, delta y2, delta y3 and delta y4. We can see here that this delta y4, this distance is greater than delta y3, which is greater than delta y2, which is greater than delta y1. So y1 is say minimum, then y2, then y3 and y4. So in non-parametric form, a uniform value change in independent coordinate, here x, does not produce equivalent change in dependent variable. Whereas in case of parametric, for a quadratic equation, same, the coordinate x and y can be determined using the value of u along the curve. The value of u determines the coordinates x, y and z coordinates as x equals to r cos theta and y equals to r sin theta and z equals to 0, where theta is say any function which is changing the value by pi by 2 with its value. So pi by 2 u is theta, so it will give us the uniform value change, which as u varies from say 0 to 1 in both x, y axis. So the change in u will change uniformly the value of the independent variables. This is in parametric curves. Another differences are, it can generate multi-valued, that is non-parametric curve can generate multi-valued coordinates for a higher order equation, whereas parametric equation represents 1-to-1 mapping, so no multi-valued coordinates are generated. Extreme slopes are difficult to handle by non-parametric mathematical treatment of the curve. This you will understand when you will be solving certain problems related to the curves. Whereas in case of parametric, extreme slopes are easily tackled by parametric format. Last, non-parametric curves not generally used for engineering applications, where though it is very well implicit and explicit functions, but when it comes to the incremental differences, non-parametric equations are mostly avoided to have the effective curve generations, whereas parametric curves and spatially synthetic curves are used in engineering applications. Nowadays conventional method like the analytical methods are less preferred over the synthetic curves, because we can have, due to the finite element method properties and other properties, we can have huge amount of and very complex designs can be easily generated in synthetic forms. So these are the differences between the parametric and non-parametric forms of curves. So we are done with curve. Finally, analytical curve, then synthetic curve, then in analytical curve we are done with explicit curve, implicit curve. Yes, if you are not clear, you can go back and see it again. Then interpolation and approximation splines in case of synthetic curves, and then the difference between non-parametric and parametric curves. Hope you are clear. So these are all the types of curves. Thank you so much. Hope you are clear with the concepts of curve and the types of curve. So thank you so much.